He was reaching for the Husky when everything stopped making sense. What the dog was actually doing with that baby's hand changed how the whole family understood those 7 months. The sound that comes out of a 7-month-old who wants something is not subtle. Ezra had been making that sound for 20 minutes. Not crying, demanding, the proto-language of an infant who has located a large, fluffy thing and decided it belongs in his hands. He was on the playmat on his stomach, arms extended, fingers opening and closing in the universal gesture of "I will have this thing." The Husky named Kodiak was sitting 18 inches away, perfectly still, not coming closer, not backing away, sitting, watching Ezra's hands. Vera Lindquist thought it was adorable. She had posted 2 photos of it that week. Her mother had commented heart emojis. Her sister-in-law had said the Husky looked like a babysitter. Everyone agreed it was the most wholesome thing they had ever seen. Vera's husband, Anders, had a different feeling about it. He mentioned it once, at dinner while Kodiak was doing it again in the living room. He's so focused on the baby's hands. Vera agreed without looking. He's bonded. Ezra loves him. The feeling Anders had didn't have a name yet. He went back to eating. What neither of them had noticed was that Kodiak was not watching Ezra's hands because Ezra was reaching for him. Kodiak was watching Ezra's hands because of what the hands were doing. Ezra's left hand had a tremor. Fine, intermittent, visible only when the hand was extended and reaching. The kind of tremor that in any other context might be flagged immediately. But in a 7-month-old reaching for a large dog, in a photo series captioned, "So in love with each other," it had been documented 23 times and described by everyone who saw it as cute. Kodiak had been watching it every day for 3 weeks. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The appointment that changed everything was not about the tremor. It was a routine well visit at 7 months and 22 days. Dr. Yolanda and Becky, Ezra's pediatrician, was doing the standard developmental assessment, and she took Ezra's left hand and extended it and watched it for 4 seconds. Then she asked very calmly how long this had been present. Vera said she wasn't sure what she meant. Dr. Mbeki showed her. The fine tremor, barely visible, the slight oscillation in the extended left hand. Vera said, "I don't know, a while." She looked at Anders. He was already getting out his phone. He pulled up one of the early photos. Kodiak, sitting beside the playmat. Ezra reaching, the left hand extended. The tremor was there. In the photo from 3 weeks ago, the same tremor, the same hand. Kodiak is in every single photo, Anders said quietly. Always beside the left hand. Dr. Mbeki ordered an MRI. The results showed a small arteriovenous malformation, an abnormal cluster of blood vessels in the left hemisphere of the brain, the kind that is often benign but occasionally causes neurological symptoms. In Ezra's case, fine motor tremor on the left side. Caught early, it was manageable. The treatment plan was careful and specific and hopeful. Dr. Mbeki said something when she reviewed the imaging with them that Vera wrote in her journal, word for word. She said, "Whatever brought this to your attention, you came in early. In these cases, early is the difference between managing and responding. Has your dog ever done something that made no sense? Until it was the only thing that made sense. Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard." The veterinary neurologist they contacted later, an academic at a research university, Dr. Cassian Voss, explained what Kodiak had likely been tracking. Dogs with exposure to neurological events, through scent and through visual pattern recognition, develop associations with the physical signatures of those events. A tremor in a reaching hand, repeated over days, produces both a visual and a scent cue. The animal attends to it. Attends. That was the word he used. The Husky had been attending to Ezra's left hand for 3 weeks, while 23 photographs documented it as adorable. Vera went through every photo the focused eyes. The position always angled toward Ezra's left side, the stillness that had looked like calm contentment and was something considerably more purposeful. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never ask for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Ezra is 11 months old now. He has quarterly MRI monitoring and a pediatric neurology team. His left hand has slightly less tremor than it did at diagnosis. Progress is measured in small increments, and the team is careful, and the prognosis is good. Kodiak still sits beside Ezra on the playmat. He still watches the left hand. He is still completely still. The photos are still being taken. The captions are different now. Next, a dog that refused to let a toddler go near the back fence for 2 weeks straight. On the 15th day, the family found out why, and so did animal control.